Yo, so I've got a bone to pick with certain people, right? Certain people that told me Meg 2 The Trench was it. Yeah. All right, so it is directed by Ben Wheatley, written by Jon Hoeber, Erich Hoeber, and Dean Georgaris. The film is then produced by uh, Bell Avery, Lorenzo da Bonaventura. It's executive produced by Catherine Jing Wu, E. Bennett Walsh, Jason Statham, Gerald R. Molan, Rugang Lee, Jerry Lee, Andrew Lowry, Eric Horsam, Randy Greenberg, Ruping Fu, and Kate Adams. It's co-produced by Ming Beaverku, Cliff Lanning, Kalu Lu, associate produced by Chi Li Wong, Stephen Hai, and Kenneth Atchity, with line production from Acharya Pinit Sampirium, and Nicholas Simon. Harry Gregson Williams took care of the music, while Harris Zambalukas was on cinematography. Jonathan Amos edits the piece. Chris Lowe, production design. Art direction, we got Ravi Bansal, Andrew Bennett, Tim Browning, Neil Callow, Paul Duff, Gavin Fitch, Mark Harris, Daniel Kearns, and Matt Wine. Set decoration is Maud Andrews and Bai Cow, with Lindsay Pugh on costume design. So our big cast. Right, Jason Statham is back as Jonas Taylor. We have also got Cliff Curtis as Mac, Paige Kennedy as DJ. I think they are the main crew from the first film. Oh, and we cannot forget Shuya Sophia Cai, who is Mei Ling. We then have Jing Wu as Jiming Zhang, her uncle and brother to Taylor's dead wife, not ex-wife, dead wife. There is Skylar Samuels as Jess. Melissanthi Mahut as Rigus. Sergio Perez Manchetta as Monts. All right. You got Whoopie Van Raam as Curtis, Kiran Sonia Sawar as Sal, Felix Maya as Lance, Sienna Gilroy as Hilary Dershall, who works with Jess, Jonas, CJ, DJ Mac, all of them ones. Who else do we have? Robin Hill is a cargo ship captain. Ivy Suit is Coco. I'd say that is our main group of people, right? The gist of the story is um, n- in Meg 2 The Trench, a literally larger than life thrill ride that supersizes the 2018 original. Um, and even greater depths with multiple massive Megs and so much more. Dive into uncharted waters with Jason Statham and global icon Jing as they lead a daring research team on an exploratory dive into the deepest depths of the ocean. Their voyage spirals into chaos when a malevolent mining operation threatens their mission and forces them into a high stakes battle for survival, pitted against colossal megs and relentless environmental plunders. Over heroes, our heroes must outrun, outsmart, and outswim their merciless predators in a pulse pounding race against time. Immerse yourself in the most electrifying cinematic experience of the. I mean, it's hyperboil, right? It's hyperboil. Oh, my days. Now, it's based on, right, the book, The Trench, which was written by Steve Alten. Because there's this whole Meg series. I forget. I think there's like 8 books, something like that. I'm not quite sure which one The Trench is. I don't think it's the second. I think it might be the third or the fourth. But yeah. Ooh, fucking Meg to The Trench. I mean, listen. Like I watched the first film, right? The first Meg film, which that one was directed by Jon Tortellulab. Yeah, I butchered that name. He directed the first one. I wasn't a huge fan, you know, but I said, right, friends had told me that this one was, it was bigger, it's better, it's fun. So I was just like, you know what? Yeah. I mean, we looked at Under Paris last week, so I figured, all right, let's do another shark. Let's do another shark. Boy, boy, oh boy. Like we start off in prehistoric times, right? And they show, dinosaurs doing their thing, little dinosaurs attacking something, then a bigger dinosaur attacks them. I think like a T-Rex comes out, gets them. He's messing by the water. And oh, look, a big Meg comes and gets him, which is a little bit like, hold on, because you know, the T-Rex isn't in deep water, right? It's basically just kind of got its toes wet. So this for this Meg to come and get the T-Rex, it's basically grounded itself, technically speaking, right? But obviously, no, that's not what happens. But we have this, then we jump to present day. Jump to present day, and it's one of those classic action film openers, right? You've got a guy, it's dark, right? It's dark. And we just see someone doing pull-ups, right? It's all lit in that way where you're seeing silhouettes and all of this, and it's Jason Statham pulling up. And then we just see him like blow a hole in a wall, and you're just like, wait, what? Turns out he's he's in a shipping container on a ship, right? And they're dumping um toxins into the ocean. Right? So he's all about, fixing the ocean, turning that up. Um, and yeah, so he's got evidence, video, pictures of what they're doing. He jumps in the ocean, right? The thing is, they're dumping toxins into the ocean. He then jumps in to escape, which you're like, you're now in those toxins. You're in those toxins, man. Like, what? That was the first, like, huh? Moment for me watching this film. It's just in the first few minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? So you have that, right? Which is interesting. Interesting. Um, but yeah, the rest of the film, right? We see them, they're doing a gala and all of this, which feels unnecessary, right? There's a lot of things in the film that I don't know, it felt it was unnecessary, you know? Now, listen, it's not my type of film, but yeah, there was some decent special effects. Some decent special effects. There were these action sequences, which, you know, you can see a lot went into those. A lot went into those, right? You've got all of those moments. There's some good camera shots, all of that. It's it's just an insane story, right? It's an insane story because you have like there's so many near misses, right? We have our crew get into scrapes, and just just when it's about like they're gonna get done, they find a way out, right? And I think you can have a couple of those in a film, maybe three. But when you're in multiple numbers, right? You're in double figures. That you're lost because now there is no sense of peril because you know your main cast will survive, right? You know they're gonna survive, right? The bad people, some of those like bite it in a way where you're just like, I felt anticlimactic, right? And then others again survive, and you're just like, wait, how would they get out of that situation? Now, you can't be mad because, you know, the heroes are doing exactly the same. It just becomes a bit. Oh, I mean, the film itself is implausible, right? You know what I mean? The Meg and all of that. But yeah, you're watching stuff that, you know what I mean, kind of becomes a little implausible. So I was just thrown out of this film, man. I was thrown out of this film. You have bits where, I mean, this Meg, they're huge, huge. Can bite through metal and destroy unbreakable glass, all of this kind of thing. So they're powerful. But then we're led to believe someone can hold them off with their feet. I, I mean, what? What the fuck? It can bite through steel, but you put your shoe on its nose and you can stop it. So stupid. It's so stupid, right? Oh, and we suddenly, in our last third of the film, have these new predators that you're just like, what? Like they just come out of nowhere. It's not like there was a, oh, we need to be careful of these other things at one point in the film. No. So then you have these others. Now, one of them, I'm a bit like, all right, I can see that. The land ones, that doesn't make as much sense, right? They do not make as much sense Because it's just like from where they may have come from to where they are now, right? You're just like, hold on. Hmm. So yeah, it's just like it wants to throw all of these things at you, right? It wants to be like, oh, let's go bigger, let's go harder, let's go crazier. But it's just too much. It's just too much without some actual kind of building on, right? This is how this could have happened, for it to make a bit more sense for the viewer, you know? Because how many times can you have humans in the water outswimming sharks? I mean, how many times can we do that? Because it's not real. A shark will outswim a human, and that's a normal shark. So a megalodon, which will be bigger and faster. Come on, come on. Now, obviously, as I said, look, there's multiple books, so there could be multiple films. I guess it just all depends on what the box office says, and I don't know how well this film did, to be honest with you. I have no clue how well it did. I know it came out last year, so it's post cinema closes and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean I think it made a fair chunk of money, but I guess it depends on how much the budget was, right? That's the big thing. Because even with negative reviews, if a film makes a whole lot of cash, they will make a sequel. And they'll just be like, oh, let's just make it better this time. You know what I mean? But they will make a sequel. So, yeah, we could be seeing more of these films. We could be seeing some more. I don't know. I can't do another one. I can't do another one. Now, the thing is, if you enjoyed, right? If you enjoyed The Meg, if you enjoyed the recent Under Paris, right? Just those type of films, those, any of those big shark films, right? I mean, there's The Deep is one. Yeah, there's so many, right? There's so many on Amazon, on Prime. They're on Shudder. Right? If you like those films, then yeah, The Meg's gonna be good for you. You're gonna enjoy The Meg. Well, Meg 2 The Trench, right? I feel it will work. So yeah, I would bear that in mind. I mean, if you enjoy the expendable films, I think Meg 2 The Trench will work. If you enjoy Jason Statham films, Meg 2's gonna work, right? So that's how you have to look at these things. What kind of action film gets you going? And if it's, the Meg type, then people go enjoy Meg 2 The Trench.